Hey there, and welcome. Today, we're jumping into a field that's quietly reshaping pretty much everything. From the shows you're recommended on streaming services to the best route your GPS picks for you, we are talking about data science. And over the next few minutes, we're going to break down what it is, how it works, and yeah, maybe even where you might fit into it all.
So think about this. Every single day, we're creating just unbelievable amounts of information. It's just everywhere. But the big question is, how do we actually use it? How do we take these absolute mountains of raw data and turn them into smart, useful decisions?
Well, the answer to that huge question, it's data science. That's the key. It's the thing that unlocks all the incredible potential that's hiding inside all that information.
So what is it exactly? Well, think of it like this powerful mix of a few key things. It's a field that pulls together math, some serious programming skills, and even visualization, all to solve real-world problems. I'm talking about things like predicting what a customer is going to buy next, or even identifying a person just by the sound of their voice.
Okay, so to really get data science, you've got to understand its 5 core concepts. These are like the essential building blocks, the ingredients that make all the magic happen.
First up is machine learning. This is basically the learning engine of data science. It's where we program a system not just to follow a set of instructions, but to actually learn from data all by itself. I mean, think about your email's spam filter. Nobody is sitting there telling it, hey, this specific email is junk. No way. It just learned over time to spot the patterns with very little help from us. That's how these systems get smarter and smarter.
All right, next step, algorithms. So if machine learning is the engine, then algorithms are the specific step-by-step instructions that tell that engine exactly what to do. They're the roadmap for solving a problem.
And honestly, the absolute simplest way to think about an algorithm is just as a recipe. It's literally just a list of instructions you follow to get a specific result. Doesn't matter if you're baking a cake or analyzing a gigantic data set. It's the same idea. Third, we've got statistical models. Now, this is where the math really gets to shine. These models are what we use to describe all the hidden connections between different variables. They let us analyze data, find the patterns, and even predict what's likely to happen next. And a really key tool inside that statistics world is something called regression analysis. This is a special method for figuring out the relationships between variables, specifically to predict an actual number. Things like forecasting a company's sales for the next quarter or predicting tomorrow's temperature. Yep, that's regression analysis doing its thing.
And finally, number 5, programming. This is the part that actually brings everything else to life. It's the tool that makes it all happen. Data scientists use languages, you've probably heard of them, like Python, R, and SQL, to build their databases, manage all the processes, and, do the actual number crunching and analysis.
Okay, so we've got the core concepts down. But just knowing about them, well, that's not quite enough. To really make them work, you need a certain mindset, a whole framework for the organization. It's really a blueprint for success.
A really successful data science operation tends to follow these 6 principles. It all starts with really truly understanding the business itself. Then you have to set clear goals or metrics and design the whole solution from start to finish. After that, it's about having the right tools and making sure everyone's on the same page. But honestly, the most important part, the one you can't forget, is keeping humans in the loop. That's how you really make great data-driven decisions.
Now, this brings up something that can be a little confusing, a question I hear all the time. What's the real difference between data science and computer science? They're definitely related, for sure, but they are not the same thing. So let's clear that up right now.
Okay, here's the core difference, the simplest way to put it. Computer science is all about designing and building the technology itself, the computers, the software, the networks. Data science, on the other hand, is a specialty that uses all that technology for one specific goal, to pull knowledge and insights out of data. So one field builds the tools and the other uses those tools to find answers.
And you can really see this difference when you look at the actual job roles. In computer science, you've got jobs like software engineer or web developer. These are folks who are actually creating digital products and systems. But in data science, the roles like data scientist or data analyst, they're all focused on interpreting data to help a business or an organization make smarter choices. All right, so we've covered the concepts, the mindset, and the big differences between the fields. Now let's bring it all back to the most important part of this whole equation, the human element. After hearing all of this, it's probably worth asking yourself, so where do you fit in? Does the idea of building the tools get you excited? Or is it the thrill of discovery, of finding the answers hidden in the data? See, at the end of the day, data science isn't just about algorithms and code. It's really about curiosity. It's a powerful tool for asking really interesting questions. So the real takeaway is this. In a world that is completely driven by data, what questions are you going to choose to ask?